So, students, welcome to the second part of the video, and here I'll be explaining on the case of the hemisphere. Remember, you have said that the hemisphere is the half of a sphere. Therefore, if the surface area of the sphere is given by what? It's given by 4 pi r squared. Then we are saying then the surface area of the hemisphere, which is half of it, the hemisphere is going to be given as the half of it multiplied by 4 pi r squared. And then we are getting, this one is giving us 2 pi r squared. And then here we are putting an NB, and then we are saying this is when it is hollow, meaning it is just like the shape of a bowl that you use to serve the soup. But then we are saying if the surface area of a hemisphere, which is solid, the hemisphere is going to be solid. So if it is solid, then the formula will change from that of the 2 pi r squared plus the pi r squared, which is going now to be the top because it is closed. So this one is going to give us 3 pi r squared, meaning we are adding the top part because this time it is not hollow. So when you are dealing with the hemisphere, the NB will be whether it is hollow or maybe it is solid. Once you see the hemisphere is solid, then the surface area will be given as 3 pi r squared, and then the other one is going to be 2 pi r squared, as we are going to continue in the next part of the video. Let's continue again.
2 pi r squared, and surface area of a solid hemisphere is 3 pi r squared. But surface area of a sphere, whether it is hollow or solid, it will always be 4 pi r squared. So let's take an exercise on hemisphere. Find the surface area of a solid hemisphere with radius.
So in this case, you can see what you are being told here. You are told in this exercise, you find the surface area of a solid hemisphere with 5 centimeters. So the mentioning of the word solid, meaning that we come now to this concept here. In this case, we are saying it will depend. The answer is going to be valid with what you are finding. So if it is a solid, then we are going to apply our surface area as going to be given by 4, then multiplied by pi, which we are going to be using 22/7. Then multiplied by our radius, it is given directly as 5 squared. And then when you see press from the calculator, you're going to see the answer as you have seen, as you're going to see it on the part of the video. So the pi, you can either use the improper fraction 22/7, and then you can also use 3.142, meaning when you work out the two cases, there's going to be a little bit difference in the case of the answer. So let's see what the answer is going to be there as we continue our video.
Yes, 5 centimeters. Okay friends, in our next session, we will understand volume of a sphere and also solve some questions. Till then, keep watching, keep learning. Please leave your valuable comments and please do subscribe to our channel.
So that's the case which we are saying. So if you press from the calculator there, you need to be able to fill those values. That's going to be 4 multiplied by 22/7, then multiplied by 5 squared, then you find your answer as 314.285. So that's what you're going to do in your working out there. So in the next part, I want now to move from there. So it's not 4, this one is a 3. Also you're going to get 295 there. So in my next part of the video, I am of our lesson, we're going to focus on the something that is known as the surface area of the frustum. So how do you get the frustum? So you're now through with the sphere. So you're now in the objective of today's lesson. And now we are focusing on the concept of the frustum. In the case of the frustum, this frustum is the bottom part of the pyramid, or the cone is the one which is known as the frustum. Then the example you're saying we have a bucket, we have a lampshade, and a hookah. So those are the ones that are good example of it. So you're saying this frustum can be derived either from pyramid, and if not from the pyramid, then it can also be derived from a cone. That's as you're going to see. So here we are saying it will depend with where your frustum will be coming from. So remember last time I showed you that if this one is a cone, this one is going to be a cone. Then if you cut the top part, and then you remove it, what is going to remain? It will be a frustum of this weight. This is what's going to remain. So here we have the cone here. So you cut the top part, you remove it, then what is going to remain is this shape. And then this shape is the one that we are referring as the frustum derived from a cone. So meaning you're going now to have this top part here, the bottom part, and then this have the surface, depending whether it is hollow, whether it is open on both sides, or whether it is open on one side, as you are going to be seeing in my example. Then if not that, we have now the second part of it, which can be derived from a pyramid. So this one is the pyramid. Remember, you said it's a solid with a polygonal base. Again, if you cut the top part and then you remove it, what is going to happen? Then the shape is going to remain like this one, as you can see now here. So you're going to have this part remaining. Remember, you had this, then you cut the top part, and then it's going to remain something of this nature. Remember, you have this on the top again, the bottom part, and now the curved surface. So I'm going to be emphasizing on how we're going to go about it. So before you continue there's again a clip I want us we play to understand more in the Frustum. So you can be able to play it for me again.
Welcome to the lesson on frustum of a cone. At the end of the lesson, we will be able to find the volume and surface area of the frustum of the cone. Let us take a cone made up of wet clay. We will cut into two pieces using a knife through a plane parallel to its base. What do we find? We find two parts. The upper part is a cone, while the lower part is a unique solid object. This object is known as a frustum of the cone.
That's what you're saying. If you start with the cone, there, then using a piece of the knife, you pick up the top part. Then the solid that is going to make the solid of this nature. Then this solid is the one we are referring to it as a hot. This is the solid that we are referring to it as a frustum. So once you cut the top part, you remove it, remain with this one which you are calling it frustum. So let's continue.
We can find many examples in our daily life, like a cap, bucket, glass, and cooking utensils. The total surface area of the frustum of a cone is made up of the curved surface area and the area of the two bases.
So that's what you're trying to talk about, that when you're finding the total surface area of the cone, as you have seen, you're going to be identifying the pieces that are there. So it's going to be this curved surface, plus the area of the top and the area of the base. But that one will depend with the condition that you're given. You can be told that it is hollow. So meaning if it is the hollow, you have to withdraw the bases on both sides. Or you can be told it is the bucket. So if it is the bucket, you have to eliminate the what? Eliminate the top. So that is the concept that we're going to emphasize in my examples. Let's continue.
Let H be the height, L be the slot height, and R1 and R2 the radii of the bases. Here, R1 is greater than R2. Volume of the frustum of the cone can be calculated. Similarly, curved surface area can also be calculated. Also, total surface area can be calculated, which is the sum of the curved surface area, or CSA, and the area of two bases.
Visit ATK Academy on the...
So that's what we are saying on that issue. I think that one can be focused on it. So that is the one of the case of our frustum. You remove this top part, so that is very clear. Then you remain with that bottom shape, which I'm saying is that it is going to be known as the frustum from the cone. Then again, that is a shape from a pyramid. And see the way it is. You have the top, bottom after removing this top part, which is given here with the dot again. Then there you can be able to see the two of them, the way I'm saying, that you're going to emphasize on. The top one, you remove it, remain this one, which is the frustum. You remove the top part, which is the pyramid, and then you remain with this bottom part. And once you do that, then you're going to be having our frustum of the two nations. This side is going to remain from a pyramid, and then of this side, which is going to remain as the case of a cone. So with those, in my next lesson, I will be focusing on the issue of the examples and the exercise that I'm going to be giving you. Otherwise, with that, I am out, and do have a good day and enjoy the next lesson.